Hi, I'm Rob Waldron from Integrity Financial Associates, and thank you for taking the time to tune in again. This time we'll be having a look at income protection, what it's designed to do, and how it can work with any existing plans you already have. Let me start by asking you a question. What does your income mean to you? Just think about that for a moment. What does having X amount of pounds in your bank account each month do for you? Most people will say it pays the bills, but it also keeps you in the lifestyle you're accustomed to. Now, that might sound a little cheesy, but that is what your pay does for you. Some of you may be familiar with the fairy tale of the goose that laid the golden egg. If you're not, the story goes something like this. A farmer owns a goose that every day lays one pristine golden egg. The farmer becomes wealthy and a little bit greedy. So he asks the goose to lay 2 eggs each day, and it refuses. The farmer becomes angry and kills the bird, and then loses his daily golden egg. Income protection does exactly what the name suggests. It protects your regular monthly income if you're unable to work through sickness or accidental injury. If you start work at 21 and retire at 70, that works out to 588 monthly payments. How many of those are guaranteed? Some of us are fortunate enough to be paid a substantial amount of sick pay from work. But what happens after that? Let's have a look at what this means. Figure 1 shows an average income of £21,400 over a 12-month period with a net income of £1,160. Expenditure, about £1,000 a month. We've got a bit of surplus cash and things are pretty good. In figure 2, our client is unable to work and only has statutory sick pay. This leaves a shortfall of £646.40 per month. Could you cut back on 65% of your current outgoings? You might say, well, I'll sell up and get rid of my mortgage. But where would you live? And how could you afford to rent with no money? If you fall ill, your expenditure doesn't stop because your income does. If you couldn't work through sickness or injury, how would you cope? Savings? Maybe you could borrow money from friends or family members. Income protection helps cover your lifestyle by providing a regular monthly payment, under which current rules is tax-free. The Department of Work and Pensions stated that as of February 2010, 2.6 million people are claiming incapacity benefits. With bills like mortgage, rent, childcare and other responsibilities to pay for, income protection can provide you with a valuable peace of mind. When you consider that a further 2.2 million people are unable to work for a period of 6 months or longer, it's a frightening figure. When you're considering an income protection policy, there are some things to look at. How long will my employer pay me for if I'm unable to work through sickness or injury? How much will they pay me? How long could you live off your savings? How long could you or your partner live off just one income? And how much could you cut back on and still be able to live? The good news is that income protection policies are becoming more affordable and to a certain extent can be tailored to your individual needs. Policies typically pay out after you've been off work for a specified period of time, known as the deferred period. This is usually 4, 13, 26 or 52 weeks of incapacity, depending on how long your employer will pay you for while you're sick. The longer the deferred period, the lower the price of the policy. If your company offers you a stepped sick pay deal, don't worry, there are still ways that we can use this for you as well. The plan will continue to pay out for a specified period of time, usually up until retirement, up until you pass away, or you get better and return back to work. There are several different types of plan on the market, all offering different levels of cover, additional benefits, and pros and cons for taking them out. This is where an independent protection consultant will help you make the best choice depending on your current wants, needs, and circumstances. That's the good news if you're employed, but what if you're a full-time parent or carer? Well, this is the great news, because cover is available to help out. A full-time parent is estimated to be worth £32,812, according to Legal & General's survey of 2009. Only you can decide if you want the cover and peace of mind, and many people will say, well, what if I never claim? And it comes down to the big mistake, small mistake theory. The small mistake is paying the premiums until you retire and never having to make a claim. The big mistake is needing the cover and it not being there. A small mistake premium of, say, £20 a month over the 35 years you're expected to work for totals to £8,400. Whereas the big mistake, your annual salary over your working life of 35 years, is £749,000. You might have insurance in place for your watch, mobile phone, car and house. And I'm pretty sure if you had a golden egg, you'd insure that in case it was stolen or broken. But what about insuring the goose that lays it? As always, feel free to get in touch and see how we can assist you. Rob Waldron, Integrity Financial Associates.